Hi, boys and girls. It's Miss Drake. Today we're going to be working on lesson 2B together. So if I have you in the hybrid section, you can follow along in your notes. And if I have you just virtually, you can take notes on a separate sheet of paper and try to keep your notes for this class organized in a binder or notebook of some sort. Okay. So first thing we're going to do is go through some vocabulary. Okay. A variable is a symbol for an unknown value, usually a letter such as X or Y is the symbol used for a variable. So in our guided practice down here, we're going to examine the equation and identify which character in the equation represents each vocabulary word. So the variable in this equation is any letter that stands for an unknown value. We have an X, a Y, we have another Y, and a Z. So these two Y's are going to stand for the same value, which means we have three variables. They are X, Y, and Z. Okay. My next vocabulary word is constant, a number on its own. So that's a number that's not attached to a variable. Okay, so on this side of the equation, let's see, both of my terms have variables. This term has a variable. This is my constant. So my constant is this +1. It's a positive one. Okay, if it was a -1, the constant, you would take the sign with the term and say it was a -1. Okay, the next vocabulary word is coefficient, a number that is multiplied by a variable. Example, 8y means 8 times y. 8 is the coefficient and y is the variable. So in our example down here, we have a few coefficients. We have this number 42 in front of the x. That's my favorite number, so you're going to see it come up a lot in class. I apologize in advance. For this term, we have it's a -3y, so the coefficient of the y is a -3 because that's really a -3 times y. Okay, and then on this side of the equation, these variables y, z have a 17 in front, so that's 17 times y times z. The coefficient is the number 17. Okay, let's see. Our next vocabulary word is operator. A symbol plus, times, minus, or division sign representing a mathematical operation. Okay, so in this example, let's go over here. Our operators, let's see, we have a minus sign, and we also have a plus sign. Okay, the next vocabulary word, term. Either a single number, a variable, or numbers and variables multiplied together. Example, 4, 45, x, abc, 5w, 20, mn. You really want to think terms are separated by a plus or minus sign. So here are our terms. So on the left-hand side of the equation, we have two terms. We have 42x, and we have -3y. So there's two terms over here. On the right-hand side of the equation, we also have two terms. We have 17yz, so this is one term, and then we have another term over here, the +1. Let's see, our next word is expression, a term or combination of terms and operators. Examples, 2, 2x, 2x plus 7, y, y minus 3, 7w plus 3, 8, ab plus 9, or 5 times x times y times z. The main thing you want to think of for an expression is there's no equal sign. Okay, let's actually write that over here. No equal sign. Okay, so this equation actually has two expressions. We have the left-hand side of the equation and the right-hand side of the equation. So I'm going to write this over here. Let's do this first. Let's write the equation first. This entire thing is called an equation. So it's a mathematical sentence stating that two expressions are equal. So the two expressions are 42x minus 3y. So that's one expression. Okay. And then on the other side of the equation, we have another expression. So the expression is 17yz plus 1. And this expression is 42x minus 3y. So we have an expression, another expression. When you put an equal sign in between them, it becomes an equation. So again, the main thing that makes something an equation is that it has an equal sign. I'm still learning how to use this new board, don't worry me. Okay, so now you are going to turn the page and we're going to look at some vocabulary. Okay, I'm going to do half of the examples for you and then you're going to stop, the video is going to stop and you're going to answer the other questions. Okay, so the first one, in 3x plus 7 equals 32, 7 is a, so 7 is a number by itself, so that is a constant. Okay, you're going to use the notes from the page before to help you with spelling because when we do grade it, spelling is going to count. So just make sure you're flipping back and forth when you type in your answer. So now you're going to answer this question. 3x plus 7 equals 32, so the same equation. The 3 is a blank. Hopefully you wrote coefficient. Okay, this one we'll do together. In 3x plus 7 equals 32, the x is a, hopefully you thought, variable. Okay, so now you're going to answer this one. In 3x plus 7 equals 32, 32 is a, okay, so there's actually two things you could have written that would work. You could have written a constant, or we'd also accept a term because it's on one half of the equal sign. So whichever one you picked, we would accept as an answer. Okay, now this one, in 3x plus 7 equals 32, 3x is a blank. Okay, it's a number and a variable being multiplied together, so that is a term. Okay, and now you will answer this one on your own. In 3x plus 7 equals 32, 3x plus 7 is a, okay, hopefully you wrote expression. Okay, in 12ab minus 6z equals 99a plus 4, list all of the coefficients. So remember, the coefficients are the numbers in front of variables. So here I have 12ab, so the coefficient is 12. Here I have a minus 6z, so we're going to take the number in front of the z, the 6, but you want to take that minus sign with it. So when we take out the minus sign with it, it becomes a negative 6. Okay, now on this side of the equation, in front of the a, we have a coefficient of 99. And then the 4 won't be considered a coefficient. That's a constant because it's by itself. Okay, so now in this one, you're going to type in your variables. Make sure you separate them with a comma. Okay, hopefully you wrote a, comma, b, comma, z. Okay, we have another a over here, but the two a's would have the same value, so we don't have to list it twice. Okay, in this one, in 12ab equals 6z equals 99a plus 4, list all of the terms. Okay, so on the left-hand side, this expression has two terms, 12ab and minus 6z. Remember, terms are separated by plus or minus signs. Now on this side of the equation, we also have two terms. We have 99a and we have a 4. Plus 4 is a positive 4. Okay, and then this last one, you're going to list all of the expressions. Okay, there are two sides of the equations. There are two expressions. Hopefully you wrote the first one is 12ab minus 6z. And then the other one is on this side of the equation, 99a plus 4. Okay. right, so now we're going to get to our practice questions. I'm going to post these in the quiz. The first question from each section will have a video explaining how to do it, and then you'll be doing the other ones on your own. Let me know if you have any questions.